All right, here we go again. Today is Fed Day. It's been a very exciting day, actually, and kind of unexpectedly so. I'm going to quickly cover kind of why that is here in just a second. I'm Michael Shotnik with Sierra Pacific Mortgage, here to help with all things real estate related. If I can do so, please feel free to give me a quick call. So the day before Fed Day is the CPI release, and that's a measure of core inflation. And that's been a hot topic. Costs of goods and services have been really, really high coming out of COVID. Last year at this point, we were at about a 7% rate of inflation. Today, we're about 3%. So we've seen that number come down. And what that tells us is the Fed measures are working. Cost of goods and services are closer to where the Fed wants to see them of a 2% growth rate. And as a result of that, the Fed has decided to leave the Fed funds rate as is, which is a very good sign in that they've communicated higher for longer with the Fed funds rate. And if you're paying, inflated credit card rates, inflated home equity line of credit rates, you've felt the burn a little bit. And that's been the intent, right? Is to create some consumer burn to slow down spending. And now we're seeing the result of that. However, I think we've probably peaked, and I'll show you why I think that in just a minute. And so what does this mean moving forward? And ultimately, how is the market reacting? So the sentiment in the market and the expectation is that the Fed will begin cutting rates in March. A total of 3 cuts in 2024 for a total of 0.75%, which that's not earth-shattering. However, that does tell us a lot at this point. It tells us that the analysts expect that the Fed has peaked and that they're going to be, in a measured manner, bringing the cost of borrowing down, and ultimately that will help consumers. Let me show you what this looks like here. So over the past 6 months, you can see we've peaked in interest rates, and I'm referring to mortgage rates here, in about October, and we've come down since. If we zoom out a year, you can see the trend and then that improvement. The very far bar here is just today, this green bar. We've improved about 80 basis points, and that's substantial. As you can see how that compares to the rest of the year here. It's one of the bigger days of improvement. So that's great, a movement in the right direction. And if we go back and compare where we're at today on this right side to where we were in 2007, when we saw this really dramatic reduction in rate, you can see we topped out about the same point. And then you can see what happened after that. It's a bumpy road, but the overall trend was better. I think there could be, or there is a very good likelihood we'll see a trend lower as well. So what does this mean for mortgage, and then ultimately you personally as a homeowner or someone who wants to purchase a home? This should mean that rates will probably come down into the mid 5% would be my guess. Towards kind of the tail end of 2024. I think that's the direction we're heading. Whether we'll touch 4s, I kind of doubt it, but it could always happen. If you own a home, this will mean, I believe, more demand in the buyer pool. However, I think it'll be a pretty good year to list a home also. So balancing that contingent purchase or sell and then buy, I think it'll be a pretty good environment, pretty balanced environment to consider all options, get a good sales price for your home, pay a fair purchase price for a home to purchase, and then affordability will come back into play, meaning rates will come down. So the affordability challenges we've been facing this year should taper off just a little bit. And then we'll see the normal seasonal demand and also inventory hitting the market. So pretty hopeful, actually. Today turned out to be a really, really positive day heading into the tail end of the year here and starting the next year. Anything I can do for you, please let me know. You can always give me a call at 303-800-4595. Thank you.